What up, everybody? Welcome back again. As we are, in a rainy quality. Microphone is saying goodbye. But, yeah, here we are. So, 14 drivers. I think Eric's coming right now, so it's gonna be 15. And, yeah, this is pod racing in Melbourne, in Australia tonight. Currently still missing MQ, I think, but apart from that, everybody is here, it seems. I have no game sound, it also seems. There we are. So, qualifying on Inters for once won't be trolling. That's very interesting. I wonder what the race is looking like. I'm sure some of you well, missing English words, SMH. But surely there's someone in the chat who can tell me. Okay. Just figuring out why Eric was late. It seems like they have just been clapped in the Mount Sundays playoffs over at Rocket Sundays. So when I'm saying, like, to no surprise, this may sound toxic, but I think they were like the bottom seeds or so, and thus probably have played like an 1700 team or something as their 1300 seeding. Yeah, makes it not quite able for them to be matched up. But yeah, that's all for Rocket Sundays for here, I guess. And Eric now, of course, will try to get P1 in the Williams. Let's see if he can cook tonight. On board with Ocean right now, purple Sector 1. To no surprise, it's the first Sector 1 that we have seen. Notable drivers. I guess Jimsky isn't here. Not entirely sure if he is already gone on military service. But yeah, the last week's race might be the last one that we've seen of Jimsky for the foreseeable future. And yeah, Seagull is driving though. And honestly, I mean, I'm not here to say Jimsky dominance could bore people. But holy moly, he was so crazy strong in the first few races. That really was like only a question if he can somehow bottle it, rather than if he has it to win it. Right now I think I'm expecting a very close fight against between Jannemann, just set provisional pole, Hussein, Seagull, and Emils maybe. It's a real shame that MQ isn't here. I'd suspect that he could match up quite well in this. Okay, so let's have a look at Astral's lap here. Martin's just ahead of him. I'm not sure if they are towing or if they are both on a hot lap. I don't know. I feel like we watch the top guys so often in quali, even though we watch the top guys so often in the race anyways. So let's just give... I'll try to give a lot of midfielders some screen time and quality today then. Australia getting reasonably close to Martin at several spots here. Seems to have it slightly better in the rain so far. We may see in the end with the lap times. It's a better turn in for sure. And I mean, has the added benefit of the slipstream. And it is, in fact, P2. That is crazy by Astral. Certainly benefiting a lot from the tow that he was getting down the straights. But, of course, he really caught up to Martin real fast. Jannemann improving. 24.69 is now an entire second ahead of P2. Yeast slots in bang in the middle. Nope. I wanted to see Eric. What the hell my Eric doing? Okay, leaving someone through apparently. The Aston Martin there in front of the green board's quite camouflaged from the onboard, but yeah, I think he's set up in time to give himself enough speed for an actual attempt now. Hussein, I think... No, who went... Oh, Seagull must still be going somewhere. We'll see how he does in this first attempt. MQ joining. His seat is not taken. Nope, it is not. Which he will probably... Oh. People want to be my friend. Oh, great. Where MQ? But yeah, great. We will have 16 drivers even, which is of course lovely. Eric in the meantime has put out a banging middle sector. Actually half a second quicker than his PB is. Might not be too much considering his PB is 15 seconds off the pace. But I presume he has lost most of his time waiting for other drivers here. Like the 3. So, yeah, you can go double hot lap apparently with the ERS. At least from what I've seen with Eric. ERS usage, of course, is reduced in the wets, or rather ERS recovery is much higher in the wet. Okay, Seagull has actually somehow griefed his 2 laps, I think. He must have invalidated the first one and then had some sort of mistake on the second. Let's see what then can cook. DJ very far up there, just behind Astral, but oh, just ahead of Astral, 3000s actually. Holy shit. But then again, man, like, no Astral slander, but either he's cooking here, or it's like quite uncommon still to see him up in P3. So I really wonder if there's just like more in it for everybody else as well. And people just haven't gotten their shit together. Actually, wait, let's look at these last 3 turns still. I see MQ typing in the Discord. So I presume he's gonna join us in a second. Or he's gonna ask for invite. Let's see what Den can do here. And it is a 125.8. Quite a nice time. Bang in the middle of the field. There. That's probably gonna be beaten at some point. But good benchmark for now. Right. About real quick. Okay, so what else do we have? Hash brown. Oh, it's a deep turn there. Not sure if that was beneficial. It does look like it stopped raining. I am not entirely sure here. Okay, let me... Oh yeah, DRS enabled, so we might see a dry end to this qualifying. Pretty sure that we may see some soft runners come out, and still 8 minutes to go, so like yeah, a lot of time still happening. I think you can go even for 2 hot laps. Yeah, of course, would be good for MQ if he could be joining now still. Would be able to set a competitive lap, even though he is only getting 1 attempt, but everybody else is kinda only getting 1 attempt as well. Let's see, Eric, first one out on the softs. But everybody is running out now. Let's see if Jannemann does even consider finishing or if he just goes in for the softs. Oh no, he does actually get his lap to the end. We're gonna see his time in a second. I'm gonna try and get MQ in ASAP. There we go. Jannemann has improved by, yeah, more than a second. I think, well, okay, of course, he gets DRS, right? So that's already a lot of time gain. Where's Eric? He still takes a little bit of time to get to where he needs to be. Den just ahead, I think is gonna be one of the last guys finishing that lap on the Inter. If they even do. Yeah, okay. Still gonna be enough time to go in and out for one more attempt afterwards. Especially in the dry, the track's gonna be much quicker. For now, he cements his place in P2. Let's see what Eric can do now on the softs though. First soft runner. In this still pretty wet looking track, honestly. There's no real dry racing line forming yet. At least not visibly. I wonder if that last interlap by Jannemann and Den was really just the right call. Cars being parked left and right, trying to get out of the way. Of course, these corners relatively blind and relatively quick, so very easy to just run into someone who is slower if you're not paying attention to the minimap. So now let's see. Oh, a second up on his time, but the thing is, this is not super much, honestly. Okay, he kinda is drifting there in the chicane. But a second won't be enough for him here. He needs, yeah, almost half a second more, I guess. I mean, I guess if Eric is beating Jannemann with the tire difference, it's probably still clear that the softs at this point are better, given that Jannemann usually has the pace advantage in direct comparison. And Eric has lost it once or twice quite hard here. And he is still a second slower, but I feel like half a second was these two spins already. Let's look at... Oh, we will see Emil's plenty in the race, I think. Stick with Cherry for now. Oh, Kingsman. P2 right now, still a second down on Jannemann. And yeah, as said before, like, the racing line doesn't really look dry, so it's like really on the edge here. And Jannemann staying in for as long as he can, probably. Oh, there we go, Emil's first of the, what we would consider top drivers, setting a competitive lap. Cherry now just edging Kingsman by 12 hundredths. And Seagull out on the Inters. He is on a hot lap right now. Oh, I do believe that he has to come in by the end of this one and get softs ready for his last lap here. Otherwise, I think not gonna get the chance, really, right? So he's gonna drive like a 1:23-ish here. So 40 seconds for now. Then 2 minutes 40. Needs to get around twice more, plus his stay in the pits to set a lap on soft. So yeah, I think like now we're starting to see drier parts, and it's probably best for Seagull to just come in and pit for softs now, because whatever he's cooking here is not gonna be mega competitive. Hussein retired. Yeah, there we go. Went back into the pits. Cherry on an in-lap, presumably. Let's see. Astral again. Only driver out on a hot lap right now. Potential to improve a lot as well. Of course, does not have the benefit of the slipstream throughout the half a lap this time around. Yeah, you can really see it. It's just like a few wet spots and the majority of the tracks really drying out quite quickly. Okay. You could see the car really wanted to brake out there, but well managed by the McLaren driver. Went through the last few turns. Hitting the apexes reasonably well. That's a little bit slower maybe than you would want, but track probably still isn't perfect. Oh, this is gonna be a good improvement though. This is P1 for now. And yeah, by 0.7. Jannemann on an outlap right now. Pretty much everybody is going out. MQ invalid lap. ERS entirely taken off. Gonna get another chance, and I think the conditions right now relatively decent for sure. So he can cook up a good lap here. Not too far behind on his first one neither, but of course the added difficulty for him arriving late is that he really only gets one chance. Right now is already too late to make it over the line another time, so this is gonna be his one attempt. And we're gonna be watching that before we... maybe you watch Kingsman? I'm not quite sure who I want to watch after this one yet. But there's a couple of guys who could still improve by quite a margin. MQ though, it's do or die here, purple sector 1. He does have one of the better paces. I would expect him around the P4, P5 area here. I think that's where he's generally aiming at now as well. Could be better even. I mean, if one of the top runners bottles their hot lap attempt, or Hussein for example, who retired for some reason. Yeah, would be really interesting for him here. He could potentially go very far. Staying nice and in bounds. That looked good as well. So, it's gonna be provisional pole for him. 21.4, but can he hold on against the likes of, well, Emil Jannemann and maybe Kingsman there. Sean, 0.3 down. Close enough for him. Provisional P2. Everybody is gonna PB here in the last run. Track is fully dry right now. The conditions really couldn't be much better. I think like in time trial conditions you can do, or is it, can you do 1/17s here? Not entirely sure. But you can go a lot quicker potentially. Eric, 120.8, very nicely salvaged. Not sure how he did that considering he had already had a quick run. Jannemann, 119.9 now, 0.9 in the clear. Let's see what Kingsman can do. As it looks like a low 120. And it is, in fact, P3 for now, just beaten by Hash Brown. Our Emils will get a nice little tow down this straight by one of the Mercedes. It's DJ, and Emils snipes away pole position unless Cherry can do anything about it. P3 for the Polish man still. Very nicely done. Seagull couldn't quite find another lap. I'm not sure if this is a gentleman's agreement between him and Hussein, or if he just invalidated. Martin couldn't improve neither. The Emils here in the end takes pole position. Jannemann with him on the front row. And these two have a very good position to potentially really dominate the race that we're about to see. So, yeah, we see the soft runners quite successful in the end. The Inter guys probably tried but couldn't set a valid hot lap on the softs. Two of the drivers breaching the 120s, and that is Emil and Jannemann. Cherry with a very nice P3 here, followed by Hash Brown, and then two Williams. getting decent results as well. Not the worst starting position for MQ, considering how consistent he is in the race usually. Ocean, the best AlphaTauri in this qualifying, and DJ also. Yeah, the best Mercedes in P9 only. Not really how it went for everybody, but we're gonna see. Not even sure what race we're gonna see, if it's a wet race or if it's a dry race. Honestly, in Australia I like dry race. Just because there's so much cool overtaking, side by side going and stuff. But yeah, we may see. Waiting for players to load in. Then we'll get going. Oh, any chatters with prediction? I did not see Seagull prediction. But of course it's quite an interesting one with Seagull and Hussein started from the back. And Jannemann and Emils, who are usually at least able to match Hussein's pace. Starting from the very front of the grid. Okay, so 3 start at the least. No sound, just as I love it. There we are. A very wide selection of tires, honestly. There's a bunch of soft runners. Jannemann, I think, he likes to start on softs from what I've seen. He's done it far more often, I think, than anybody else, at least. In the top half of the grid. Eric as well, I think, is one for the soft runners. Kingsman with a hard, interesting decision. Makes me really wonder if we're gonna see rain at some point. And Kingsman was just worried about getting there. Or if this is just a strategic decision for him, given that he qualified so close to his teammate to potentially dodge him on the pit strategy. But in a race like this, I think the ideal pit stop timer for hard medium and medium hard is pretty much identical anyways. So I'm not even sure if he accomplishes much by going with that alternate strategy. But we're gonna see anyways. He's gonna struggle. Especially against Eric, I think. Eric will have him into turn 1 already. The even grid numbers, of course, starting on the inside, if I'm not mistaken. So off the racing line, I think this was a big concern in the IRL Australian GP. That the grip is much better on the left side, even though you're starting on the outside of the first turn. Because the racing line is there. But yeah, apart from that, I think with the tire advantage, Eric can probably cook into turn 1. Just has to care to not take out his teammate. So, last few cars parking. Eric isn't P1. Okay, he isn't. Can we get a different camera perspective, please, as the lights are going out and we're going away. And yeah, there we are. It looks like a very good start by Jannemann there with the soft tire advantage as well, getting P1 immediately, getting the jump, and there has been a collision further down, then all the way at the back of the field, and Martin is tangled up in that as well. Hussein and Seagull both gained a lot of positions already, and Eric has not managed to get past his teammate yet. Wheel-to-wheel fighting there between Hash Brown and Cherry. Hash Brown seems to be going through here. What is Kingsman and Eric doing? They're so close behind these guys. I think Hash Brown now set free, and well, set free is the top 2 here. Jannemann and Emils, they are just flying away. Cherry getting back past. Kingsman just slipstreaming right through there as well into P4. And now Hash Brown under attack from Eric soon, I presume. As Eric, of course, his strategy is to make up as many positions as he can early on. And here we go. Here he goes for the dive. A good amount of space there left by Hash Brown. Very fair defense. And MQ right behind them is all over Eric as well. As soon as these guys make the tiniest mistake, it's gonna be, yeah. It's gonna be MQ claiming that position. Further back, we have already missed quite a bunch of overtakes there. Seagull getting past DJ as if it is nothing. Actually kind of crazy. He just got the better car. This is rigged all the way through. I swear. How can he just drive past him on lap 1? Or lap 2 rather. Oh, Eric already with the corner cuts. Probably. Yeah, one of the reasons being that he had to dodge a collision quite often here in this battle, as they were so close together. Of course, well, I wouldn't call it a skill issue, that's a little bit rude maybe, but it's really hard to do that sometimes. Hussein here going past DJ, just quick on the exit, and then of course long slipstream period here. Oh my god, who do we have? Oh my god. I wonder if there was contact or if it was just Hash Brown spinning out. This is not an unusual spot to spin there into that wall. He can probably be happy that he is even able to continue at all. As we have VSC now. And I wonder, anybody pitting early here? It doesn't look like it. Let's just jump on board here. I feel we have so many cool onboard or on-track battles right now. That yeah, this could be very cool. As we are on board with Hussein right now. Not getting DRS just yet, but not gonna have it easy against Seagull anyways here. Driving the Hulkenberg cars really. Looking for the P6 against the Ferrari here. But yeah. Oh, a little bit of a lag by MQ. But we move on. DRS zone right here is probably Seagull. Going for a move up the inside. And that is cleanly through. Not much of an issue for him at all. Further up, let's see what Eric can cook. Because I am sure... Well, let's just say he cooked. Oh boy. Vintage Eric is back for this season. So, everybody pitting. Hussein, of course, is gonna lose a bunch of positions. As he has the 5-second penalty for the severe collision. I don't know, man. I mean, I would have to look at this again. I honestly couldn't quite tell you what even happened there, but yeah, it looks like Eric may have been better off lifting. But what do I know? Astral P1, and Janeman is right behind him already. Den is up in the mix here as well. But yeah, Hussein has gotten rid of his severe collision with MQ penalty at cost of 2 positions, as far as I can see. I'm not sure if he was past MQ really already, or if he did only lose the position to Martin. Martin made a grand recovery, honestly, after being spun in turn 1, or at least being involved in an incident somewhat, and running last. He is now back up to P7. And, yeah, I don't know, McLaren boys eating good right now. The Williams, of course, not so great. Not the best result for them. They were probably in for good points. But that has gone in a flash. A really sad incident for Cherry as well, who was running in a good position. And now finds himself amongst yeah, more of the usual suspects that he is racing with. It's still not over for him. A good race here can bring him very far up still. Probably got to compete with all the hard runners at this point. Jannemann for another set of softs. That is so aggressive. But yeah, honestly, it might enable him to go soft, medium. And he can dodge the hards. But I'm not entirely sure. Why Ocean be last, man? Cold. Dude, Kingsman, I was on Eric's onboard. You're gonna love to see the VOD. Yeah, I don't know. It was just not the bestest executed move by Eric, I'd say. Nitro. Wait, Nitro's not even racing, man. What the hell? I wouldn't say why you're here, because I'm glad you're here, but why no racing, man? SMH my head. Okay, safety car is probably gonna come in this lap. And then... Oh, you have a fever. Okay, that is pain. Yeah, I think I may be catching a cold. I've been sitting in a friend's garden yesterday throughout the entire night, and it was like it rained beforehand. And my shoes have holes. And so I was basically just like, I don't know, standing in wet grass. You know, short pants. Mega cold. Getting drunk. Traumatized by this track. I can't quite remember what happened to your hair, but there have been a shit ton of iconic incidents on this track, I think. This must be like the second big Eric crash, honestly. Actually, no, I think the first one was one where he was involved, but it was like the first crash of the season, where he wasn't at fault. Astral is going relatively quick here. The safety car is still not really into the pits at all. Has to slow it down a lot here again. And doesn't really have the freedom to full go, honestly. I feel like he might get stopped here. Oh, okay, it works, okay. Yeah, tight restart there by Astral. Nothing really happening, except Seagull getting a jump here. Everybody else just got away very nicely. There is Jannemann already. Crucial for the Ferrari driver to get past ASAP and hope for Emils to be stuck behind Astral for another few turns maybe. So that Jannemann can already escape the DRS window. Emils here. Yeah, has to be... well, it's very hard to be patient here. Oh, okay, yeah, this looked like there may have been contact. But he finally makes it through, and I think he takes Seagull right with him. If he does make it through. Oh, this could be tight between Seagull and Astral, honestly. As Emils is safely through, but yeah, Astral backs out. Right decision, I think. Would have ended poorly if they went side by side through the chicane. Now, MQ gonna be next to follow through. I mean, this restart has been huge for Jannemann. He has a big gap already, and he's gonna continue building on that for now. As, yeah, Hussein are really eager to get past the two of them here as well. Oh, almost spins out MQ. And it's so close between the two. They can't make it past just yet. Further down. Cherry and Ash Brown. Oh man, they find themselves in the same battle again, but this time 7 positions further down the grid. And Cherry remains on top 4 now. It's getting pushed wide here a little bit. It's probably going to cost him a little bit of time. Dawn is not making the move. Hussein and MQ not getting past Astral. Still, Martin is pushing on Den here as well. These two go side by side. Martin will go through. Yeast not having a look just yet. Just staying behind for now. Oh, is he? going around the outside, seems to have a way better top speed setup than the Mercedes, and is going through with Martin. So Hussein and MQ still chilling behind Astral. So let's jump back in here. Cherry now finds himself 2 positions down against Hash Brown, as both of the cars behind have overtaken him in the meantime as well. Now DJ and Sean both got passed. Lixty and Randro incident. Honestly, Lixty and Randro only raced like 2 or 3 races together, but like I feel like Lixty had iconic DNFs in every single one of them. Like the Monza ones where Herb was just like, oh, let's check on our boy Lixty, and then he dies. I mean, unsafety car is iconic for sure, but there was like right here, I think there was like one where we had 5 DNFs or so as well, which was absolutely crazy. Damn, I didn't even see Seagull already closing up to Emils, but we were just in time for the move between the teammates. Hussein has gotten past Astral. MQ has it all to do right now, even though Astral will also get DRS. MQ cannot find a way past just yet. Probably has to wait for Astral to drop out of the DRS window, which has happened now, to make the move on the straight now, as yeah, he's gonna have a much easier time doing that. The pile up Yaps are jinxed, yeah. Oh, was it still Yap casting back then? That's crazy, honestly. I feel like this is so long ago that I've casted with Yap for the last time. Really a shame. Seagull and Emils swapping positions back and forth, and so do Yeast and... oh boy. Well, Yeast and Den I was about to say, but... seems like we got another nice little teammate collision going on here. This time it's the McLarens. Those Mercedes better get the hell away from each other, or Seagull and Emils. If this is anything... we can tell, they might be next. Can you show Sean? Oh, actually, wow, what a coincidence. I am on Sean right now, so yeah. I mean, I of course try to show the battles that we have, if possible. But it so happens that this is a nice little 6-car stack or so, that is changing positions willy-nilly. Yeah, sure, let's just take an onboard. Let's see if Cherry makes the move here, or if it's just the classic DRS train where no one can really attack the guy ahead. Interesting to see. Emils has been able to stay ahead of Seagull, and the 2 of them are catching Jannemann. Oh, and Martin retired in the pits. Astral pitting as well. I wonder if for retiring purposes or if for front wing purposes. It looks like the latter. Yeah, Martin AI driving out on the racetrack again, but I think it shouldn't trigger a safety car. Right here. Sean. Okay, he's actually going for it. Very careful through this quick chicane there. Contact here pretty much leads to disaster immediately. Trying to make the move on Hash Brown. There he is. Yeah, Cherry's just behind that, and we saw contact in the rear mirrors as yeah, Den just slipped through. Said thank you. Ocean is probably gonna get the jump here on the next straight. DRS active for both of them. It's not quite enough. Yeast getting himself a corner cut penalty. And Emils continues to stay ahead of Seagull and continues to gain about a tenth or so on Jannemann per lap. So Emils has driven double mediums for now, I think. So for him it's really, well, either he extends long enough to go on softs or he does go for a longer hard stint. Jannemann will have to extend for a soft stint maybe. Let's see what the Haas's are doing. Clean cut overtake here. East on DJ. Probably gonna be an overtake. Oh, actually no, it was an overtake by DJ. He had DRS for this part of the straight as well. East running very wide there too. Probably getting him another warning. Astral gets a time penalty. So 40 seconds down, really has to hope for a safety car to even get remotely in range. Let's see. Ocean. Oh. On Cherry here, just ahead. Thought it was gonna be Ocean on Sean, honestly, but Sean has gotten a good exit there and has made it past the Red Bull. Stayed ahead with the extra DRS as well. Ooh, and there he goes wide and gets himself a corner cut penalty. Not optimal for sure. And Emils and Seagull getting closer. Oh, and there is Yeast. Where is Yeast? Oh, there's Yeast. Hello. Yeah, being run over by an Alfa Romeo. It's a very fun experience. Hadn't had that. The top three remain relatively unchanged, honestly. It's been backed up to 1.7-ish seconds, the difference between Jannemann and Emils. The softs, however, are gonna get more and more cooked, and I think Seagull is gonna make a move here into turn 3. Or he isn't. Just staying behind Emils for now. Let's see Ocean. Ocean has DRS and Sean doesn't. Right now, of course, it's not really a fight for the last points position, as Sean is going to lose that with the time penalty regardless. But, of course, Ocean could always get one himself as well, and then all of a sudden the fight for the last point is back on. And Yeast has retired, and it has caused a safety car. Not entirely sure what has happened there. If he retired in pits and the AI drove out. But safety car is what we have. So, Astral pitting, fresh mediums. Honestly, giving him another chance in this race, he's not gonna get lapped. This is great for Jannemann. I think this is sort of when he wanted to come in anyways. Of course, it's not so great for him. I mean, I don't know, it wasn't really an advantage, right? He can get mediums now and go to the end. Seagull can get mediums and go to the end as well. Emils is gonna have to wait for the hards here a little bit. Double stack. Not that quick in this game. And MQ, is he gonna jump Emils? Oh no, he's not. That's pretty clear now. Emils even keeps the position for Hussein, so in the end it didn't really cost him at all. Everybody has been coming in. Sean, the last one to receive his fresh hards here. Ocean is probably gonna get hard as well. Yep. And then it's just a waiting game when Astral has closed up to the queue. We're gonna have one more lap and then, yeah. Back at it again. Yeah, Martin, just seeing you there. I honestly have not seen at all what has happened in the incident. Question. Not really sure how the contact happened. But yeah. I'm not sure if it was Astral, but I am fairly certain that Eric's decision might have been poorer than whatever has happened over there could have been. East left the session, so he begun fully out of this race now. So pretty much points for everybody who can bring his car to the end by this rate. We're gonna see 4 more DNFs. So yeah, drive to survive really, and claim your points. I assume it's about, it's probably with this one more lap of safety car. Given how slow the car goes around here, as this fairly high speed circuit. I think Astral should be able to close up that half a lap or whatever he had in the upcoming lap. I don't know, have any of y'all seen Real F1 today? It was 5 minutes away. It was just Yeast retiring on track. Or maybe on track, or maybe his AI drove out of the pits, I'm not entirely sure. His car was parked in turn 1 and triggered a safety car. Martin, okay, you were gone longer for than 5 minutes. Martin has, I think, retired his car, but it looks like he has been shown the wall. Presumably by his teammate, not sure. Oh man, Astral really hurrying to get back. Corner cut warning under safety car. Oh yeah, there he is in the McLaren. Boost up to the field. And then when the sector 3 mark comes, we can expect safety car to proclaim its intentions to get back into the pits. The walls were protected. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, true. Okay, so Astral just spun. Okay, yeah, that's just unfortunate. But yeah, I completely forgot about the turn 1 incident. That's really a shame. Oh god. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I would have probably died as well at that point if the game then proceeds to not give you wings. Blue Bull be like. Oh, hello. Hello, guys. Hallo, Kamera. Jannemann going reasonably slow here. Very stable 60 kilometers per hour. What is Terry and Sean doing? Safety car rules really forbid you from even going side by side. Positional changes shouldn't be possible. Jannemann early on the jump here, honestly. Doesn't look like he has caught anybody out majorly. Oh, apart from Sean, who ran wide there? I mean, it's not overtaking until the safety car line anyways, right? But, yeah. The J just stopped for a second. We've continued on with the repaired wing, but as soon as I was near the plane, it blocked me from changing the option. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Did they just stop for a second? I am not sure. I mean, Jannemann was driving very consistent speed, but I think on the inputs from Cherry, we saw that it's like quite an erratic. Okay, I have to be on the throttle, and then oh no, I have to brake again. But yeah, honestly, the only one really caught out by the restart was probably myself. Everybody else was able to follow quite well, but I think this is how you do, or this is how I generally like to the safety car restarts to be. You slow down the field early enough, and then you have some actual options of when to pick up the pace. And Jannemann here chose to go very early. He got all over his rear here. DRS is certainly gonna be a very unfun time for Jannemann once the time comes around. Hussein once more with the track limit warning. They seem to be breaking us back recently. In Qatar, I think he already lost the positions due to track limit warnings right now. Side by side with Emils here. sure if he pushes him off track there, but Mills goes off and loses the position. MQ right behind them, as usual. And Seagull has let Jannemann go at least a little bit. This might honestly be for, well, better dirty air, or less dirty air rather. But it does look like Seagull is struggling a little bit to go the pace entirely. On 40% ERS, whereas Jannemann still has 80 in the tank. And that on a track that has quite heavy slipstream in the first place. Probably a decent sign for the Ferrari. Hello, what am I watch? You be watching some Melbourne gaming. Eric has absolutely murdered himself and Kingsman by crashing into Cherry and Cherry crashing into both of them. Martin has been murdered by his spinning teammate, who he then crashed into, and Yeast has just spun by himself as far as I can tell, because there was no way the game gave me any camera that made it easy to see what has actually happened there. DJ against Hash Brown. Nice little move there with the DRS in the end. And well, further up here, I think Seagull might be going for a move here, but he's lacking some energy, honestly. I think he's just gonna be chilling in DRS here and recharging some of that. How did Eric die? Pretty much right here on this straight. He was behind his teammates, and then towards the inside was another car. And like he was kind of boxed in, but instead of lifting and just taking the turn behind them, he just tried to pull to the side. Spun the car on his right, which was Cherry, who then spun into Kingsman, who was ahead. And in the end wrecked both Williams, I guess. This is about as well as I can describe it from memory. So Jannemann back past has burned quite some ERS to go for the move here. DJ not going for a move. Neither is Den here. Sean seems to be clear for this straight at least, but there's another, of course. I can try for Den. That's not it. Seems typical. I'm fairly certain this is gonna be yeah, Eric banned for a race with the amount of warnings and penalty points he already has. Then getting a warning is huge for Sean. I think he is already on 3 seconds as well. Now Jannemann and Seagull not exchanging positions once more. Hussein is now up in the mix, which is well, right where we want to see our top 3 here. I mean, I don't know, Jimsky, if the VODs are like already live or if you can like go back on the YouTube live stream, but it was like lap 3 or something and I was on Eric's onboard. So if you're looking for clip, you could find clip, theoretically. No position changes here. Jannemann stays ahead. At least for now. I think Seagull might be going for a move into turn 3. What else do we have? Ocean. Let's just jump on board here, honestly. 9 laps to go, so about a third of the race still to go. The mediums are gonna last until the end. The softs, I am not entirely sure. Oh, and Seagull has gone through Jannemann. And I wonder if Hussein is able to do the same without the DRS from Jannemann here. Yeah, Jimsky, if you don't longer go for a gap that doesn't exist, are you even a racing driver? Oh my god. Insane. I'm not sure what was that. Like, maybe a little bit overcautious. I don't think he would have crashed into Yanneman there. But I mean, better safe than sorry, honestly. I think he's gonna be able to gain that back in the upcoming lap. And he will be able to recharge his energy behind the two of them. Yeah, no gap to begin with, exactly. So, Ocean on Astral this time around. Oh, he backs out early. Not the time to go past for him just yet. Might try it on the DRS curve coming up. Behind them, Sean and Den are slowly gaining, I think, on the two of them. Oh my. Side by side racing here by Yanneman and Seagull. Oh my. Okay. That was a pretty wild move to the side by Seagull. As, yeah, the DRS curve was indeed enough for Ocean. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Oh, MQ running very, very deep. And further down, Den has made it, or Sean has made it past Den again. A lot of overtakes going on here. I mean, this is pretty much an oval at this point, so to be expected. Ash Brown pitting now, probably going for another set of softs. May have overcooked with his hope for another safety car, as he has it all to do now. But of course he's gonna have a great advantage with his tires. Looking forwards to see him. I think he can go as far as Ocean. I'm not sure if he still catches Cherry. So, just saying. Primed to take a position here, but the speed of Seagull on the straights is kind of crazy, honestly. Taking a lot of exit speed here, going a little bit wider through the chicane. And Seagull past Yanneman, question mark. Not yet, exclamation mark. So, MQ here, on 0 energy. Still pressing that overtake button. Hoping for the Mercedes to go deep, but it's not how it works. DJ slowed down and made the turn in time. Let's see. Oh, oops. Den could be going for a move on Sean here on the start-finish straight. That's a good exit, or at least a good enough exit. And they're getting closer to Ocean and Astral, so this is kind of spicy. This could be good later on here. Den has to lift here even, because he has so much overspeed, and I think he's going around the outside here. Sean on the inside. Yeah, he does know better. Backs out early as well. There's a lot of chances still coming up with the DRS. Oh, and the other one here has to yield the position to Seagull. Hussein is just chilling behind them. Now Yanneman has actually lost the management game on ERS. He was almost having like 40 ERS more than the other two, now he's 20 down. Ocean, oh my god, man. Ocean just doesn't want to go past Astral, honestly. Kinda crazy, he's lifting off so early. Let's see. MQ pitting. Oh, and retiring. Oh, such. Seems like he needed to go because he insta-left as well. And he was running in a decent position. That's sad for him, of course. He was in a decent position. It's not gonna trigger a safety car, I think. So it's all good. Let's jump back out of the onboard. And the Yanneman is gonna go into P1 again. 5 more laps. I think it's too early to play games here. Oh my. I think Hussein there for once looked like he was gonna go past around the outside, but then Yanneman of course was there. A little bit of wheel banging between the Red Bull and the Haas. Still side by side, going up the inside now. And this could benefit Yanneman greatly. He has to step on the power now, go as fast as he can. He's now barely out of the 1 second mark. But he wasn't at the DRS detection point. So he's gonna lose about 4/10 on the 2 straights here with DRS again. But yeah, Hussein and Seagull battling there almost could have gifted him the race win. Hussein sliding all over the road. Yeah, I think he has been pushing quite hard. I mean, they are now still in the DRS window. Let's go to Hash Brown here. Oh, there is a nice little 4-way battle. Contact between Ocean and Sean and Dan. And Hash Brown just says thank you. Takes the exit speed. Goes past the first 2. I think Sean is not gonna hold off long neither. Fire difference is just too big. Oh, and Hussein takes P1, I think, for the first time in this race. Let's just see this move real quick. Oh my god, Ocean there banging the wall a little bit. Might be one of these decent crashes that just send your car sideways into wherever. But yeah, here we are. Oops, didn't press that. Hussein is in Pier 1, and well, both Hussein and Yanneman are on sort of 30 to 40% DRS. Seagull here is sitting on 70. Definitely well armed for the last lap showdowns. And further back here is still Sean, Ocean, Dan, and Hash Brown has now caught up to Astral already. I think he's gonna make short work of that. Oh, has to back out here. Did not get in position for the move quite just there. Next DRS zone, I think Astral has no chance though. Astral has to make his McLaren as wide as a bus right now. I think even that won't really save him. The strat only works in Wreckfest, and unfortunately, this is FS. So, DRS here, I feel like most of the moves have been happening here. This middle DRS zone is so OP. And there goes Hash Brown. Yeah. Easy move here. Has the DRS open still. And he does seem to have inferior straight line speed. So it's just a good speed setup, I guess, by Astral here. Or he just had the better exit. Jumping back up to the top guys, because we don't want to miss that. Oh boy. Yeah, Hussein and Yanneman are really draining their energy right now, and Seagull is still chilling there. And, well, by the looks of that, I'd say Seagull pretty much has this in the bag. Just needs to take steps to go past in time, and not too late, how we've seen it in the past, where he is just... Well, he gets in position, but then in the end he can't make it, because he, like, puts it all on black, and then, well, coming out on 0. Ocean points. Ocean might be P7. Sean for sure has like 6 seconds. Ooh, Cherry and DJ fighting. Honestly, Cherry, huge W race here so far as well. Like, don't die here, man. But, oh my god. I mean, I guess you wouldn't be able to catch Emils anyways, and everybody else has a penalty anyways, but like... yeah, he's been crushed out, I think, twice. Has been involved, of course, in the Williams incident. And he's still currently best of the rest, which is, yeah, quite crazy in all honesty. So yeah, big ups for him. And let's jump where the action is. Let's see. 20% versus 60. So Seagull, realistically, I think he knows that he only has to make it past Yanneman. But that won't make it easier. Yanneman will get DRS as well. And thus, yeah, will not be easy to overtake. He has to burn a lot of ERS to go side by side here. Yanneman on the right. Leaves adequate room to the inside. Slight wheel banging. Ocean is gone. Sad. Oh, losing the car a little bit, and so does Yanneman. And Hussein now is safe for now, but this could be bad for Yanneman here. I think the ERS should be relatively even again. Goes so quick here with the usage you need, but Yanneman now no DRS. Because they have lost ground to Hussein, and Seagull could make use of that the last lap, so there's 2 more opportunities for Seagull to go past. Yanneman almost losing his car there. Seagull looking for the move here, but that doesn't go for it. Doesn't even open DRS, by the way. He had it for this straight. And instead he will try to go by in the last 2 zones. Needs to stay close by here. I think probably gonna be able to make the move around here already. Yeah, overtake fully activated here. DRS gonna be an easy time going side by side here and through. I don't think Yanneman has a realistic chance to come back here. Pretty much drained on energy as well. He's gonna have to slipstream. He risks it all in the chicane, but I think that exit just too poor in the end to go by. Seagull is absolutely out of energy as well here. Start finish straight could be where it's at. Yanneman needs perfect turns and perfect exit here. This one was decent. And I think this is not quite good enough. Yeah, Seagull gets it through to P1, and Yanneman will get P2 in the end, but, oh yeah, Hussein actually on 6 seconds of time penalty. Let's see if Cherry can make it back past DJ, but I think that's been it as well. Yeah, Cherry. Unfortunate time penalty there, threw away another position. Let's look here. These boys are within a second here, all of them. Den will go past Astral, but will he stay there? No, I think he didn't. If I saw that right, Astral has gotten back past on time penalties. Boy, what a showdown. Seeing if AI clutches the P7, I'm pretty sure it didn't. From what I've seen, it might be out of the points entirely. So, okay, skipping that. PC is acting. But yeah, it is Seagull P1 in the end. Long time no see. Very hard fought with Yanneman and Hussein here. Coming home in clear P3. Meals in 4th. DJ securing a very good 5th, and Cherry recovering his P3 with a lot of crashes throughout the race. To come home in 6th at least. Hash Brown, decent performance, I think. He was caught up early as well. Sean gaining a couple of positions, and so did then Astral going into the points, and then late disconnect by Ocean is netting him P11 only, unfortunately. Yeah, F2 are boys who haven't made it. Williams, Martin, Yeast, and MQ. Better luck next time. MQ, in fact, I'm reading right now, had a emergency and he had to retire and leave on the spot. Could figure as much. Glad that he still made it into the pits. Big shout out for that. As a late safety car could have robbed us of a very nice battle here for the top position. So, yeah, eventful race, honestly. I can't wait to see some of the clips again. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for racing. And see you next week. Actually, there will be a poll later on whether we start half an hour early next week, because the Euro finals is at 9. And yeah, I can assume some people would like to watch those. So yeah, regardless, stay tuned for next week. Until then, enjoy. Bye. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane, and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.